They don't think you could do it, but tell you to try when they talk. All I hope had to keep it alive. Spend a day in the Bronx, but you wouldn't survive. Can be low when I pop out, they know I've arrived. I go have conversations with Zoe, he gon' tell me pull up and come say what you know. I've been up, I can count all them days in a row. We don't say what we do, we be making the show. They say I'll be
the voice of the Bronx. We have Bronx name, but the guys are out here. Can I get a yeah?
Leave them all right where they at. Try to diss me, I bet I don't even react. Put a show on, I bet you somebody gon' I pick me a book up and drink me some water, invest in the stock. All
right, peace and love, world. Welcome to another episode of Conversation with Zoe. Happy New Year. Hope everybody's blessed, happy, and healthy. Make sure you like, subscribe. You enjoy the content, share it with your peoples. Today, we heavy in the South Bronx. We behind the DJ booth. We global, we worldwide, you know what I mean? We here with my guy, DJ Ominaya. What's the word?
What's good, bro? Good.
How you doing? How's everything?
Good, man. Can't complain. Here, happy to be here, bro.
I'm telling you, man. Appreciate you. We got A Boogies with the hoodies, tour DJ. Lola Brooke, tour DJ. He has worked with Ed Lover.
Yep.
Sirius XM Mix DJ. Sherry Show TV. A part of the Union.
Yep.
And I think Wendy Williams, too?
Yep.
All right. So how was your time? So you've been around a while.
Yeah, man. Right. Working. Right.
So where'd you get your start?
Started back in like 95, 96.
Okay.
DJing, learned how to DJ with one of my friends, and ever since then just loved it. I always loved music, but DJing came second nature. Just loving music, so picked it up quick. By the time I was 18, 19, was doing clubs, private parties, all type of stuff, and just kept going.
Right. So I definitely want to say thank you for the gifts.
Of course.
Some Villon, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And let's take our first toast together, first of many.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Appreciate it.
The new year.
For sure. Smooth right there. So we got a few icebreakers. You're a Leo, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I went through your Twitter, and you repost a lot of the Leo stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to tell us what these mean to you. Leos may seem like they're flirting with you, when in reality, they're being friendly and really have a good sense of humor.
Yeah, so, being in this game or even being a Leo, people gravitate towards us. So sometimes, they get the wrong impression, but we really are like a lion, friendly,
right?
Just, loving. So sometimes people get the wrong impression.
Right. So do you feel like a lot of women feel like you're very misleading?
I wouldn't say just women. It's like, not saying, in a sexual way towards men, but,
right.
They think they're your friend or whatever. We just cool, bro. Like, I see you around, I'm going to always show you love.
Right.
You know what I mean? They might think it's more like, yo, that's my man. Like,
right.
It's not like that with everybody, but they might feel that way because I'm cool like that. I'm always going to show love when I step in a room.
Right. Leos will never be the friend who rings you every day, but they'll always be that friend you can rely on when your world collapses.
Yeah. So, we're very loyal people. I ain't got to speak to you every day, but if you my man, like my real friend, you call me anytime, even if we ain't speaking a month, 2 months, 6 months. Yo, bro, I'm hurting. Hit me or whatever. I'm gonna hit you back or I'm gonna answer the phone no matter what. So, and people do that. Like, I think they do that to test me sometimes. They'll call me at like 3 a.m. while I'm DJing somewhere just to see if I'm gonna answer the phone. And I always answer like a dummy.
Right.
Like, yo, I'm DJing. Instead of just ignoring it. Like, yo, I'll hit you back.
Okay. Well, you probably got a couple tests coming after they see this.
Yeah.
This is on the record. Leo toxic trait. They are always ready to never speak to a motherfucker ever again in their life.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with us, man, is like zero tolerance. Like, we're the type of people that, like I said, we're loyal to a fault sometimes, but then if you cross that line and do us dirty, we cool with just clipping it 100% off the rip. Like, I ain't worried about it. There's 10 trillion people in this world.
Right.
I ain't gonna miss you if you do me dirty.
Right. So there was never an ex that you spun back?
Nah, never spin back on exes. And like, another thing, like, anybody who do bad business with me or anything like that, I don't really, like, I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to be an enemy, but I would never do business with you either.
Right. Define bad business.
Just not like, say, when you're doing business with people, you got to have some kind of transparency. It got to be like, communication and transparency. So when a lot of that stuff doesn't happen and people are making decisions without you or, doing things that you feel is sneaky, I don't like that.
Right.
Like if we doing business, we grown people,
Right.
men or women, call me. Hey, this is what's going on. We got to go this way. We got to do this or we got to make this decision. Talk to me. Don't do no sneaky stuff.
Right. So, where in the South Bronx did you grow up?
I grew up on two parts of the Bronx, actually. My mom lived on Tremont and Walton Avenue
Okay.
by the 4 train. And then my dad lived on the 2 train side on 174th and Vice.
Okay.
So pretty much my time was split between both neighborhoods. And, I was just all over the Bronx.
Right.
Knew people everywhere, all up and down Tremont, South Bronx, like 138th, 149th, all that Co-op City, everywhere, pretty much.
Right. Did you have a preference whether you were at your mom's or your dad's house?
Nah, because, like I had my friends at my mom's area that I went to school with, and then my cousins lived at my dad's side.
Right.
So I had cousins on both sides, but I used to, like, play sports and stuff with my other cousins. So
Right.
every weekend I would be over there.
Right.
And, like, sometimes I would stay for a week, sometimes 2 days, sometimes, and vice versa.
Right.
So it didn't really matter.
How do you feel your parents did co-parenting?
They did a good job. Can't complain. And shout out to my stepdad. He's always been in my a part of my life. So, having 2 dads kind of like helped a lot as well.
Right. Any advice, like from what you saw in your experience, like as healthy co-parenting, like what would you put out there that people should, like some rules or some advice, like like make sure y'all don't speak bad about the kids to each other, or,
Yeah, I would say like always treat the other parent with respect, especially around the kids. And communication once again is something you always got to do, because just because the kid doesn't live with both parents, sometimes the custodial parent, the one that the child lives with, they'll make a decision without speaking to the other parent.
Right.
And I don't think that's right. So,
Right.
You should always communicate, because y'all both created that life.
Right.
So,
That's solid.
that's the main thing.
Communication is key.
Yep.
And not that I had words with my older brother, but
Right.
his communication sucks.
Some
So-
people can't communicate, man.
Right. So I'm telling him.
It seems simple, but it's actually harder than it's,
Right. And your baby mom, she's tight because you didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
And, bro, you didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as a custodial parent, right, a lot of, whether there's nightmares, doctors, feeding, homework, that falls on her Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So now you're coming Saturday and Sunday, where whatever she wants to do with her time is her time, and
Right.
she's earned it. at
Of
this point,
course. Yeah.
and it's her right. So, I mean, you got to respect her time, bro. And when you don't feel like someone respects your time,
Yeah.
that's when you feel like, you trying to violate me.
Yeah.
And that's why she comes out of character. Well,
Because
you can pull it out of character, but
she
it's
got to have a
frustration.
life as well
has
outside
to
of
have a life.
parenting.
Yes.
So that's the main thing. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory gotta be, hanging out with my cousins, man. Like cousins from my mom's side and my dad's side. We all used to just hang out every weekend or after school, or most of us lived in the same area as well. So it was like we always would link up, go to the zoo, the park, play ball, ride bike, skateboard. We was doing everything, man. It was just crazy.
Right.
But just hanging out with them, watching wrestling on the weekends,
Right.
Stuff like that.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Walton High School in Kingsbridge in the Bronx,
Okay.
but they got rid of that school. I think they made it like one of those vocational schools, like 10 schools in one.
Right.
That school it got real bad, so they had to like demolish it. Like, we gotta break this up.
Right. What was that? What was it looking like over there in the Bronx?
It was a lot of gangs like early on, like, but not like Crips and Bloods. It was more like Dominican gangs and like, neighborhood gangs. And, a lot of people had beef with each other after school. And it was like, this is when people used to come up to the school with like 50 friends to fight one person. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it was like, it was pretty dangerous, but I always mind my business and I was into sports. So
Right.
I was cool with everybody and I was just be in and out like, yo, I'm out of here.
Right.
Never stick around for the BS.
Yeah. I mean, and that's always so. Conversation was always tailored around the youth a lot. So that was going to be my question, and you
Right.
answered it of how'd you maneuver through that.
Yeah, the thing was, like, I knew the people in the gangs and the people doing the crazy stuff, but I never got involved with it because that's not a path that I wanted to go down, because I saw the repercussion of the stuff that they was doing. Like, they 15, 16 getting arrested. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. Ain't nothing in there.
Right.
And then I have family members that been to jail, and they tell you, like, it's for, like, jail's for losers,
Right.
suckers. Like, you can't do nothing in jail. Like, you controlled.
Right.
So it's like, I'm like, I don't want to do nothing that's gonna put me in jail.
Right.
So I'm good.
So you were saying that you learned how to DJ
Hmm.
with you and your friend, but do you have like a DJ OG? Like, did somebody teach
Yeah,
you?
the DJ that taught me is my man George. We used to play baseball together. And long story short, he was older than me. He was like 17 at the time. I was like 14, I think, 13, 14. But we used to play baseball in the same park. This was at in the Bronx, by Bronx River Avenue. And after practice, a few of us used to go to his crib. His mom used to make lunch after practice or the games, and he had equipment. He's like, "Yo, come!" Like, we was listening to music in his room, and he was like, "Yo, try it, man. You like music so much, or whatever."
Right.
So I tried it, learned it. So shout out to DJ Storm, man. Without him, wouldn't be me.
Right. That's fly. So when do you start actually taking it seriously?
It was crazy because when I first started with him, he was getting house parties, and I would actually be DJing the parties with him. Like, we would be carrying crates, equipment, speakers, and we'll be in the room. And like, this is when house parties was like, the DJ would be in the bedroom and the party would be in the living room.
Right.
Like, you can't even see the people, but
Right.
you gotta just go off the vibe, or if they dancing or making noise or whatever. So that's how pretty much I learned how to like read a room.
Right.
And as time went on, I started getting booked for like my own private stuff, like a
Right.
kids party, a teen party,
Right.
a baby shower. And then, it just trickled down. And then, after a while, I started doing clubs, like started doing my first clubs. And then I was like, all right, I could really do this. But at the same time, I still had a day job. So I was just like, I'm going to do both.
Right.
But I was like super busy. So I was like, damn, I got to really start focusing on this. It was a hobby, but now I'm making money.
Right.
So,
Well, the read the room. I want you to expound on that a little bit.
so, as a DJ, a lot of DJs don't like, it's a simple skill to have, but it's a hard skill to have at the same time, because DJs get used to playing certain music because it's what they like.
Right.
But you got to remember, like, as a DJ, you're DJing for the people that's in the party
Right.
or whatever space you're at. So
Right.
you're trying to take them on a musical journey. A lot of times DJs will play what they want to hear, and the people are looking up like, yo, what the hell is this?
Right.
I like to read the room. If I see people moving to certain songs, I know what direction to go in as far as the vibe and how to climax the party. Like, that's something you got to master. Like, you go in a room and you see people mingling to certain stuff, you're like, all right, I know where to go with this.
Right.
Then you build the party up till you get it where it's like, all right, now they're going crazy.
Right. What is there? So, what's an example of music that you play that you don't necessarily like?
I wouldn't say I don't like music. I like all music, but there's, I don't listen to a lot of drill or trap or, like hard, crazy hip hop
Right.
in my car. I'm more like I listen to like R&B when I'm not working. You know what I mean? I like jazz. I like different type of stuff. I listen to Spanish music,
Right.
like old Spanish music from like my grandparents, my mom. Cause that stuff
That's
stuck
like the
in my head.
boleros
Like,
and all that?
nah, it's like I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, so it's like merengue, bachata,
Okay, yeah.
salsa, some old school reggaeton. So
Right.
it's like, I listen to all type of random stuff in the car. Because I listen to all that other music
Right.
all day, all
day.
night,
All right.
DJing.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense. So I definitely want to step into that old school reggaeton era. Like, so I'm 31. but I was outside for like the X Bar era.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
you was
The
outside.
team bass, you know. I
Right.
mean, think about it. We seen in Yandel,
Yep.
Crown and Lennox,
Yeah, classic, bro.
in where Sasa Con Fuego's at now.
Yes, sir.
It used to be the
I'm
team
actually
bashes.
gonna be there this week.
Right, fire. So I feel like teenagers are
Yeah.
kind of missing out
Yeah, so like
on a great era.
the thing is too, like a lot of the new reggaeton, like Bad Bunny's been sampling a lot of the classics.
Right.
So he's been like bringing that sound back of like the classic reggaeton sound. But that era was crazy, man. Like
Great era.
I was actually DJing in Puerto Rico like 03, 04, 05, 06, and I want to say 07.
Right.
When like the reggaeton boom hit, like Tego Calderon and Daddy Yankee and Don Omar start getting crazy hot.
Right.
And I was out there for that. So like for me, that era was like I got crazy memories, bro. I did so many parties with these dudes.
Right.
So like I'm always gonna be in debt to that, man.
Right. The Hakimi Can Wine them too.
All
that
of
was,
them, bro.
That was a whole
You named
vibe,
all the
yeah.
classics.
I was there. I
Evie
was
Queen,
there, like,
all of them,
yeah, we
man.
was teenagers, no alcohol in there.
Yeah.
We drinking $5
You just
water.
partying. You
we
just
just
partying.
party. We just dancing. Like it was a good time, bro. And I
Facts.
feel like I don't know if they could kind of do that now because of
You know what it is? This
Tempest in the
generation of
city.
kids is like they don't have like the fun stuff no more, man. Everything is so serious and everybody's being judged. Like if you ain't wearing this,
right.
you a bum. Like, you know, we had that to a certain extent,
Right.
but now it's like these kids is buying $5,000 coats.
Right.
You're like, how you
Right.
buying a $5,000 coat? You ain't got no job.
Right.
So it's like, you know, they worried about the wrong things right now instead of just being kids and having fun.
Right. One thing about our era, in fact, and it's crazy not to sound like old heads when you're not. It's like
The experience.
our experience, our era of fashion was how you put it together.
Right.
It didn't really matter what you had on.
Right.
It was how you put it together. It's clean,
Mhm.
crisp, ironed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You could have pro kids on, right? They white and yellow. You got a white and yellow shirt.
Mhm.
Your jeans is crisp.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your laces. You probably did something fly with your laces.
Mm-hmm.
It was about presentation.
Exactly.
Now it's just more about designer, and designer could be presented badly too, poorly too.
Very bad.
You know what I mean?
I see
So-
people all day with like the most expensive like line of clothes or whatever, and it just looks terrible. So you're actually right with that, man. But
Right.
you know, like I think it's coming back around now.
Right.
People are mixing like, you know, streetwear and regular stuff, and you know, like going to the Zaras and the H&Ms
Right.
and places like that to you know,
We
Put it
should
together.
host an X Bar reunion.
that would be
Because look,
fire.
my era, we all 30, 35, 30,
Mhm.
35. Everybody that was outside.
Right.
And, you know, we all work now. You know what I mean? You know, a little $40
Everybody-
ticket.
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But it would be such a nostalgic moment.
That
I was
would.
talking to my man Jay Walker about this.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a big promoter during that time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if you know Jay Walker or not.
Probably if I ever see him.
But he's the bro. And I know he was a lot of,
Mhm.
he was in my team bash plug.
Right, right.
Also my brother, my teammate. But that would be really cool. Just
That
to
would be
go
dope.
out
Yeah.
and live in that 2000, because from 2000.
You could really kill with something like that. Like you could do X Bar, Jet Set Cafe, and
I mean, they used to have Avalon downtown in the church.
yep.
Yeah. back
There's a
then.
few like you could do a whole reunion with all four of those places in one spot. It'd be
What was
crazy.
it wasn't like Uptown Social or Social something or
There was an Uptown Social.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they used to have something up on that side as well.
Yeah, it was.
But I think it would be really, really, we got to talk about that. I think that would
sure,
be really
man.
dope. Maybe like Easter weekend, I don't know, something like that. But
that would be fire.
I think it would be pretty dope to bring everybody outside and just live in that moment. Because remember, that's the tail end. So all that 90s reggae
right.
is flowing into 2000. Then you got the Sean Paul era.
Mm-hmm.
Usher's doing dance. Like, it was just a dance
Yep.
era. You know, you had to go out and dance. Remember, Dykeman was the dress code.
Yep.
You wasn't going in Dykeman and ripped jeans.
Right.
Couldn't wear white tee.
They was.
You had
yeah,
to really step out.
They was strict.
Mm-hmm.
It was very strict, man. Now it's like whatever.
Now it's designer's dress code. As
Yeah.
long as you can say, oh, yo, these costs, whatever,
Mhm.
and they got to let you in.
Facts.
So how do you prep for a show?
You know what's crazy is like the show comes second nature, so it's like, no, not to sound crazy, but like I don't really prep too much. Like most of the time, like I'll put the show together, and I just have to get approval from like A Boogie or Lola. Like, yo, I'll put like the song list together and be like, yo, we're gonna do these tonight. This is this type of crowd, or this is the demographic for this show. So let's go with this.
Right.
And once they approve it, it's like, it's a waiting game. We see how the energy of the crowd is with the openers of the show or the DJs, and then we feed off of that. But for the most part, we just be backstage chilling, talking shit, and take a shot before we hit the stage. That's it,
Right.
man.
How do you keep up with what's hot in other cities?
I always do my homework. That's one thing with me, especially when you travel this much. You got to do your due diligence and do your research, because you ain't gonna go to every city and play New York music.
Right.
Like every city got their own artists, their own trends, their own, shit that they like. So whenever I go to a city, I always look up like who's hot, who's the underground person coming up that's buzzing. There's always one person buzzing in every city, like that the locals know. So when you do your homework, they appreciate that. Like you come there, you do you, but at the same time, you show the city love as well, and they really respect that and rock with you. Like especially when I go to like other cities.
Right. So how has it evolved from records to like maybe an iPod or computer, or like your equipment? How has that evolved over the years?
I mean, it was vinyl, then it went to CDs, then it went to the computers. It just made everything a little more convenient. And no disrespect to anybody who wants to DJ or become a DJ, but literally anybody could be a DJ now.
Right.
Like put that title on their name. But
Right.
that's the only thing that I would say about the up and coming DJs. If you want to really be a DJ, I think you should actually learn the craft and learn the history of it, so you could just respect it a little bit more. Because some people just grab a laptop and just be like, yo, I'm a DJ.
Right.
You get to the club, they see turntables, they never used a turntable in their life.
Right.
So it's like, how you call yourself a DJ? I get it. You play music, but you should learn all aspects of DJing, whether it's vinyl, whether it's digital CDJs, whether it's a controller, whether you're playing internally.
Right.
God forbid you ever in front of some equipment that's foreign to you, at least you know how to use it.
Right.
So that's all I say to the newer DJs.
Are they doing too much when? So you see like the mixes and all that. Are they really pressing all those buttons, or that's just for show?
Nah, there's you have DJs that do DJ and use because the thing is, there's a lot of effects on there.
Right.
Sometimes it's a sound effect. Sometimes it's like something to take. Now they got stems, so you could be pressing buttons to take sounds out of the song. It's a mixture. Like some people really use a lot of the functions on a mixer, but then you got newer DJs. Literally, it's just fader and up and down levels. They don't really do too much. So
Right. More like the basics.
Yeah, pretty much the basics. Yeah.
Any song that you thought was trash and became a hit?
Damn, that's a good question. I don't know. Like nothing comes off the top of my head that I thought was trash. But there are some records that get crazy reactions that I never expected.
Right.
Especially when I'm overseas, like it'll just be some random. I can't even think of a specific record, but sometimes I'll just play a random record just to see if they rock with it, and sometimes it just goes like, yo, they rock with this shit.
Right. So when do you know to switch a record?
When there's no energy, like when people are not vibing, I jump out the record quick.
Right.
That's how a lot of DJs bomb. They don't read the room. Like if you playing and you throw a record on and you don't see no reaction or nobody vibing, get out that record ASAP. Right. Like don't let it rock for a verse and a hook too long, and get out of that record ASAP. Right. But that's why you always got to have 3 records set up ahead of time, so you know where you going. Like after that one record. Right. Some people play song by song and get stuck. Right. Then that's how they be like, damn, I don't even know what to play next.
Right. This is good. We're gonna pivot a little bit.
Yeah, it's cool.
But Super Bowl is coming up.
Right.
What would your Usher playlist look like?
Yo, man, Usher got too many records, bro, but definitely gonna be like that 8711 album, Confessions album, like gotta be all them hits, and even the new stuff, like, Superstar and all that. Right. Good. Yeah, I gotta get the ladies involved, man.
Are we getting a slow record though?
They all gonna most likely be slow. Like I'm not gonna play the commercial joints
Right.
because the women really rock with Usher. So
Right.
especially after this
He gonna have
Vegas
to play
residency.
So baby tonight, like he gonna
Yeah.
that gonna rock.
Oh, he's
the
gonna
stadium.
he's gonna do that.
Yeah, but
He's definitely gonna do
I
that.
feel like he don't. If he give us right, because I don't see too many slow records. Listen, I'm an R&B guy, just
Right,
like
right.
you, right? But I don't know if he's gonna play into that.
Oh, you're saying like for the performance?
For the
Oh,
for
nah, the
for those
performance?
13 minutes.
Nah,
My fault. Let's bring it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
How does Usher's 13 minutes look like to you?
Very tasty, cheesy, oniony, all of the above.
One word to describe it: scrumptious. Right? We from the town, so we just gonna say pause first, but it melts in your mouth. You just love it. You know what I'm saying? I wear this shirt to sleep. How much I love 7th Street Burger, man. It's near and dear to my heart. You see the logo? It's near to my heart. That's how we do it, man. Peace.
I mean, if he's smart, he's gonna definitely do, the Yeah record.
Right.
He's gonna definitely do all the upbeat records. Like, he got the dance records. He's gonna pretty much do all the upbeat records, I
Right.
think.
So now
That's a
do we
high
get
energy.
a slow record.
In that performance, I think I'm gonna be honest, I think he's gonna start out with a slow
He
record
should. Thank you.
just to come out.
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna boom into like all the upbeat stuff.
Cause I feel like, and this gave me chills. I feel like if I was there, he wouldn't even have to sing the record. Cause once he comes out,
Mm-hmm.
it's 7 o'clock, and it just let the crowd do their thing.
Yeah.
And after that, you
Right.
satisfied the whole country's, everything everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Because we all, you know what I'm saying? Especially our era is popping out for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I know people only watching the halftime show because it's in.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like last year was Rihanna. Rihanna was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Usher, listen, we need at least one.
Right. So I think, like I said, I think he's gonna start out slow.
Right.
And then most likely what I think, he's gonna start out with a slow record and then it's gonna go right into Yeah.
Right.
But it's gonna be like P's up. And then Lil Jon or somebody gonna run out and Ludacris.
Luda gonna pop out.
And then they just gonna go into that record and then the rest is history. They're gonna segue into all the dance records and
Right.
upbeat, high energy joints.
Right. What do you think about hip hop right now?
Hip hop right now is evolving. That's my state on it. Cause like growing up, there was always different types of hip hop, and I think that's what's happening now. Especially it's generational. Everybody got these top 5 lists. It's like, bro, it got to be by generation. Yeah, there are some people that are irreplaceable in that Mount Rushmore of hip hop, but it's like, it's generational too. Like if I didn't grow up on that, I can't give you a top 5 from that era.
Right.
I don't know the music, but as far as hip hop, I think it's evolved. There's like, I feel like hip hop has like so many subgenres
Right.
that you can't really categorize it, but it is the number 1 music in the world to me.
Right. Mos Def recently said that Drake is pop.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said Drake is more pop than actually hip hop.
I mean, Drake could make pop records, yeah, but he does have some hip hop records where he's really rapping. So it's like, for me, I don't really say Drake is just a rapper. He's an artist.
Yes.
For me.
For me.
Like overall, he's an artist.
Right.
And I feel the same way about A Boogie. Like people always categorize him as a rapper. I'm like, he's not a rapper. He's really like an artist.
His name's artist.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's
like living to his name.
You can't limit him to just do it because he sings and he raps.
Right.
So it's like, you can't just box him in.
Right. I think my favorite thing about when on an A Boogie record is when like the beat kind of climaxes and he takes off.
Yeah.
Oh man, because that's when you're gonna like he really
Right.
takes off on the record.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Definitely shout out to A Boogie, man. We last Thanksgiving we did a Snipes giveaway for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he came through and he really, really showed out. He was like a last minute addition.
Right.
Davies pulled up early.
Right.
I guess A Boogie found out about it. He wanted to come.
Yeah, I was there. Joining Harlem.
Oh, yeah.
I was
so
there.
we did meet.
Yeah.
I was the one, Slice of Excellence. I was there with the kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the one that got the kids there.
Right.
And he came through, let everybody go buy something.
Yeah, he was like, yo, go get what y'all want. I'm going to pay for it.
Yeah, facts. So I definitely wanted
there.
to thank him again on the record. And hopefully I
Facts,
interview him someday to say thank you again.
Appreciate that.
That did a lot for those kids, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, that's one thing. He's always, willing to give back.
Right.
Because he came from that. You know what I mean? So, definitely.
Right. Who's the king of New York?
That's a good question, man. I mean, I don't really think there's a king of New York. Like, there's so many people that could carry that title for different reasons. So,
Right.
for me, you can't really name one person.
Right.
But who's on top of New York right now? Like, the busiest person in New York is A Boogie, and that's, not being biased. Like, he's doing we doing world tours with no music out.
Right.
Like, sold out tours with no music out. So just imagine when he drops again.
Right.
And then every time he does drop, the city goes into frenzy. So it's like,
Was that her birthday?
oh, man.
Ooh.
And that was just a teaser. That's not, like, those are just 3 songs that he put out just to, like, hold the fans down.
Right.
But the project is done. He just turned it in. So
Right.
we're about to be out of
Listen,
here.
Open invite. You can come promote it on Conversation with Zoe. You know what I'm saying? You guys tell me. Listen, I'm a dean of students out of school.
Right.
I'll take off work. Never has to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I'm gonna try to get you in the press run.
yeah,
I'm
listen, we
gonna
got
talk
a
to-
brand new WTF Media Studios on 34th Street in that area, and that we could pop out, my brother.
Right.
Make it happen.
That works because you're gonna be in Midtown doing radio.
Right.
And the other 2 stations are down here, so if he's in the area, we could make some time to squeeze an interview in.
Let's make
I'm
it
gonna definitely try to talk to management and see if they can make it happen.
Please and thank you.
Of
Please
course.
and thank you. So, who's the queen of New York?
The Queen. Damn. I mean, right now, it's Nicki and Cardi, I say, both of them, because they both never let up on the pedal. Like,
Right.
they both busy. They both put their music out. No matter what they do, their fan base and like they rep New York crazy. So definitely gonna say, Cardi and Nicki.
Right. Well, how do you feel about people creating division between not only people, but also artists play into it?
Mhm.
But I feel like the older generation shouldn't be as, I don't want to say intimidated by the younger generation, or whatever it is, there is some tension there
Yeah.
where they don't really collaborate as much.
Yeah, it's like that's the problem, and that's the reason why I feel like music, like hip hop, has strayed, because nobody's really like guiding the person under them. Like back in the days, you used to have like people used to put each other on. Like everybody had crews. Like even if you was from Queens, you was rocking with the people from Brooklyn. See, like leaders of the New School and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul, like all these dudes, even like the people from Jersey, Native Tongues and Queen Latifah and all of them, like everybody collaborated. Now it's like, nah, F you, you my op. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all can all get money together.
Right.
And it's longevity when you move as a unit.
Right.
But this generation don't think that way. So everybody got to be the richest person instead of everybody getting rich together.
Right.
So
The beautiful thing about this podcast space that I feel like should apply to music is that we both got 2 YouTube channels.
mhm.
You come on mine, I put you on to what's going on over here.
Right.
And then when I go on yours, you put me on to what's going on over there.
Right.
And it's cross
Cross-promote.
It's cross promotion, cross subscribers.
Right.
They did it on all those Marvel shows, like when the Flash was on Batman and then
Yep.
Batman was on Superman, and like they showed us the blueprint of getting all of these fans, because
Yep.
people like these people individually.
Exactly.
Right? There's people that rock with Flash over everybody.
Right.
And they're like, you know what? Let's, and it's like this little Diamond Green Lantern,
Yep.
all of them people, they was all popping up on each other's shows.
Facts.
And I feel like it should be the same way. And I feel like once you get in motion, stay in motion, and don't be afraid to share that motion.
Yeah,
Gotta be selective,
Right.
but
Yeah, it can't, like you always say, it can't be everybody, but if you rock with somebody, you know, like me, I don't get intimidated. I put DJs on all day long. If I see that you talented and you hungry, I'm gonna give you opportunity. I'm gonna put you in place, and you know, I'm not afraid. It's not gonna dim my light, and I know I do what I do.
Right.
Like I got hired because I do what I do. Like
Right.
I'm not worried if you're gonna take my job. If it's my job, it's gonna be mine.
Right.
Plain and simple.
What do you look for in a DJ then?
Most of the DJs that I work with now, like, you know, they're younger than me, that I'll be putting in position. It's like I just look for, like, first talent, of course. Second, I look actually the first thing I look for is their humility. Like, how's their personality?
Right.
Then talent, then, you know, if they're hungry, they hustle. And if they know music, it's for. But, you know, like, shout out to DJ Tisa, shout out to DJ Ali, Tech 12, Young B, who else? Brimsy, Big Boy. These are guys that I work with now. And, you know, they all talented and hungry, so.
Right. How'd you get DJ Ominaya?
It's actually my government name. So my full name is Orlando Manaya.
Okay.
So it's just O.Manaya.
Right.
The reason why I use that name is because there's so many DJs with the same name.
Right.
Like, you know, so many DJs had like similar
Hold
names.
on. Any DJ name that should be like not used again? Like let's just retire it. Let's retire some DJ names today.
I don't even know. I can't even name it. But you know, the thing is, man, everybody's personality goes to their name.
Right.
But then, you know, there are some DJs that really didn't think their names out.
Right.
So it's like you can't get a corporate gig with that name.
Right.
So it's like, how do you
Like Spot 'em Got 'em?
Yeah, something I
Like that.
yeah, like it's just a weird name. It's like, damn, how do you know, how do people take that serious?
Right.
Even if I take the DJ off the front of my name and they say music by Ominaya, people will be like, damn,
Right.
that's exotic. Who's that?
Right.
Where's he
Sounds
from?
like some Aztec
Some other,
or something.
yeah, like, yo,
Yeah.
where's he from? So, you know, you got to really think about your brand when you're doing this. Like, you got to really think out long term.
Right. I was in I'm still a part of the organization, but we got to send donations every week.
Mm-hmm.
And his cash out was hasta la muerte. And it's like,
It's like,
why
bro,
would you put your
Like, I don't even trust
Yeah,
that. You buying
so-
drugs with my money or
right?
something?
So
Like,
for those who don't understand that hasta la muerte is till the death, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, till the last day here. So
sound like
yeah,
some gang stuff.
yeah, we don't have
like,
to
yo,
put,
send him my money yet.
aggressive and violent cash app tags. You know what I
Right.
mean? Hasta la muerte is a lot. You know what I mean? But what was the first club you DJ'd at?
Oh man, first club I DJ'd was actually a lounge. I did a small lounge. It was down on in the meatpacking district on like 14th and like 11th Avenue.
Right.
I think it was called Wish or something like that. I don't even remember the name of it. Club Wish.
Right.
And at the time, I was working at H&M. And literally, I was mad hype about it. Like, yo, I'm about to do my first spot, this and that. And I invited all my coworkers down there. They all came, show
That's
love,
fire.
bro. It was so crazy. It was like so many of them. And then, you know, I was still carrying vinyl at the time. And I think In the Club just came out.
Ooh.
So he was running that record back so crazy. I was like, damn. Like, I did other parties, but this was like my first headlining gig.
Right.
And I was just hype about it, but it was like Club Wish or something like that.
Right.
It's on 14th and like 11th, little small spot.
Right. Do you remember your first tour?
Yeah, actually, yeah. My first tour, like official tour, was like it was a tour, but it wasn't a tour. Like, we would travel because we didn't have a tour bus or nothing. So we would just travel to the city and then come back home. But
Right.
it was like consecutive shows. Shout out to Mickey Fax, my brother right there. Went on the road with him. That was like my first official tour. But before that, I did shows with people.
Right.
So I did shows with like Rick Ross, French. You know, I did stuff with Ed Lover. But that was like the first tour that we were on with Lupe Fiasco. Shout out to Lupe as well.
Right. I got a little family ties to Ed Lover.
Word.
So my next door neighbor, who's my brother, that's his family.
Oh, word.
That's his mother's side of the family. So
Okay.
when I go to Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
so Spanish Thanksgivings are cool, but I like a good
Yeah,
black Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Collard greens.
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that, black eyed pea, you know what I mean? So
I love all that shit
I
too.
literally spent the last 3 Thanksgivings with Ed Lover's mom. You know,
Oh, fire.
comes to the Bronx.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're gonna get there, you know what I mean?
That's the big homie right
Yeah.
there, man. Like, yo, Ed is like, outside of working together, Ed is really my friend.
Right.
So it's like I could call Ed anytime, or he'd call me anytime. Like, yo, about to DJ a gig. I need help with this. Or, yo, checking on you, bro. Family good?
Right.
So that's really my friend. He gave me a lot of knowledge and tools, and definitely put me in a position to succeed in this industry.
Definitely shout out to Ed Lover and shout out to
For sure.
my guy Lawrence and Pierre, man.
Yes, sir.
What's your worst promoter experience?
Worst promoter experience. I mean, the worst promoter experience for a DJ, most of the time is like, bad money. Like they don't want to pay. And that's happened a lot of times, like in the early stages of my career.
Right.
Like now, like I know how to do business now, and I got relationships with certain promoters. So, we have an understanding, like this respect, like you're gonna pay me.
Right.
Then, back in the days though, I didn't know the etiquette of, getting paid at night of, or I wouldn't see people, and I'm thinking like, yo, I'll see him later because they counting out.
Right.
I didn't know I was supposed to wait around for the money.
Right.
Next, I'm calling them, they like not answering the phone. It's like, oh, they deaded me. All right, bet.
Shit.
That goes back to how I was saying, like, bad business. I don't really rock with people.
Right.
Once you do that to me once, it's over.
Right. I feel like most people need to learn that.
Yeah.
Because people put themselves through the ringer,
Mm-hmm.
keep on getting God, keep on getting God, keep on getting. It's like, bro, like,
Right.
you gotta gain some dignity at some point.
You just don't. And the thing is, too, I'm not faulting the younger DJs for trying to get exposure. Yeah, you're gonna do gigs for free so you could get a look, but you gotta make sure this is a gem for all the new DJs. Pay attention. The gigs that you do for free gotta make sense. You don't want to DJ at a local lounge that has 5 people in there just because you want to get hired. Like, ain't nobody in there. If you do a free event, make sure it's something that makes sense. Like, it's a spot that's popping that you're trying to get in there. All right, talk to them. Yo, you know what? I'll do an hour today. Like, just, show some love. See if you want to rock with me. Just for the younger DJs. Also, people that, if you're looking for work. Also, corporate events. Sometimes you got to take that on the chin, pause, and do these corporate events for free. Like, if it's a big brand, and they're like, we not paying the DJ for this event. All right, cool, whatever. Give me some merch or something. Make sure you do a trade-off where you do the event, but you still get the look. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be all over that brand's page. People that go there, you might make a connect with somebody else. They don't know you're not getting paid. They come to you like, hey, can you do this event for Cadillac or Mercedes or whatever it is? You be like, yo, yeah, like, I do these all the time.
Right.
They don't know you're not getting paid. You could just, there you go. Now you open up a whole nother door.
Right. That's a great gem because you got to go there, network, never know whose song you played, who's there. I mean, corporate events, who's are there.
Right.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Somebody's there.
Yep.
And somebody got a daughter with a Sweet 16 coming up.
Exactly.
Or whatever
Something.
it is, that opportunity is going to be there.
That's how I always think. Like, I'm always trying to build my clientele. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm not touring all year round.
Right.
So in between, I'm always booking stuff. And I got a company where we do Sweet 16s, weddings,
Right.
baby shower. We still do all of that.
Right.
Like, we don't leave no crumb on our table.
Right.
We got contracts with schools. We do charter school events. We do everything.
Right. I think when I was going through your Twitter, I think the only day you ain't DJ was like Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like,
It's always busy, man.
Right.
Busy.
what are your favorite states?
My favorite states, of course, New York. It's top of the list.
New York don't count.
Yeah, it's
Remember,
home.
we exposing the youth to other places.
All right, so Texas for sure.
Right.
Chicago,
Pow wow.
Atlanta. Georgia.
Uh-huh.
The Carolinas. Of course, California. Also a sleeper state. Nobody really goes to for Kentucky. Kentucky's lit. Energy in Kentucky's crazy, bro.
Favorite countries?
Favorite countries, of course, Canada. Canada's super out of here.
The six.
It's not a country, but it's a continent. Australia. Australia's super dope. Like we going to Africa this week. Never been there, so I gotta give you a review on that after we go. But yeah, Canada for sure is one of the top places that we go. We like Dubai. We like Europe and all that stuff as well.
Right.
London, all these cities and countries is crazy.
Right. If you go to London, I got a podcast you could do out there.
Oh, fire!
So I got my guy ASB Music. He got
okay.
Real Talk True Stories.
Oh, fire!
My guy.
Yeah, we going out there. I mean, damn, I just blew it up, but we about to announce the tour soon.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I mean, this would be later in the episode.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good.
Right,
you can leak it because everything gonna get leaked in a couple weeks anyway.
London, you should expect a Boogie, right?
Yeah, like that's like one of our second homes between that and Toronto and like the west coast of Canada. Like we live out there. They love Boogie, man. We love y'all.
Right. How much do you request a song?
I don't really do requests, to be honest. Right. And if it's something I'm already gonna play that night, like people will make the craziest requests, like something random on SoundCloud that is from their neighborhood.
Right.
Like, bro, I'm not playing that. I don't even know the song.
Right.
And sometimes people will ask for the hottest record that's out right now in the world. Right. Like, of course I'm gonna play this record, but not right now. Like, I gotta wait till it's time to, when people are in the actual spot.
Right.
But I don't usually charge for requests, and I don't take them really.
Right. My man, Yo Q the DJ.
That's my guy.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
He's been on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We've been partners for like 10 years. He's Pusha T's tour DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy. So he was the first DJ I ever got to interview. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. So
yeah, Yo Q's my guy, man. We did a lot of parties together back in the days.
That's fly.
Hell yeah.
So we're gonna dive into Twitter world now, right?
Okay.
Well, now it's called X, right?
X.
And certain tweets are gonna trigger certain emotions to the viewers.
Right.
So don't get in your feelings, just understand. But we're just here to get Omanaya's perspective, right?
Right.
Just so you know, I'm not blessed by accident. My God is that good, and so is yours. Get closer to him. Hashtag DJ Ominaya.
Right. So, I'm not a big religion person. Right. Like, I wouldn't tell you to be Christian or Catholic or Muslim or whatever. Right. But I always say get close to whoever you pray to.
Right.
Whatever higher power that you believe in. Because, it's like, for me, it's like feeding your soul. And when I say that, like I said, I'm not blessed by accident. Like, we all have a journey.
Yes, sir.
And the journey is written. But, if you're not following the path, you can't make it down to where you're supposed to be. Absolutely. And a lot of people stray away, and that's why they don't receive those blessings, because they're not ready for them.
Mm-hmm. So for those out there, it's still the first month of the year. Mm-hmm. Go read the book, The Alchemist. The Alchemist is about self-discovery and your journey, right? We're all on our own journeys. That's why if you're a DJ, you can't go be Ominaya, because that's not your journey, right? Maybe you're going to be a DJ, but I don't know. You may be a priest or whatever. I don't know. But that's for you to try to go out there and take that risk and shoot your shot and take a chance,
exactly.
Right? Conversation with Zoe. People remember you from where they met you at. So people think like I'm just this lit celebrities, all these people. Nah. This is 2018 off the iPhone 7 in Austria, right there, just giving jewels, right? That was that. And now 6 years, so April 26th, it makes 6 years of this podcast.
Yeah.
Right? If you told me 6 years ago, appreciate it. If you told me 6 years ago, yo, you're going to interview DJ Ominaya, you're going to interview Jim Jones, you're going to interview Dice Pacer, you're going to interview, I would have told you, I think so. Maybe I wasn't even in it for that.
Yeah,
I was just trying to give game to the youth. Like I was just trying to, like me and you, stay out the way. Grew up in the South Bronx. Like, well, that's not for me. I'm going this way. I don't like gangs. I'm going this way. I like baseball. I'm just baseball, friends, music, and that's gangster too in its own way. Gangster is what you define it to be.
Exactly. I tell people that all the time, man.
You know what I mean? Because then you end up in situations, obviously, you know, some of them team bastards got a little crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end, you know what I mean?
It's always a knucklehead or two.
That's why you couldn't wear those BB Simons. As you started going, you couldn't. They had these belts where you take out the little thing and it's a knife.
Yep.
You know, they start. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, man.
you see a whole crate full of belts.
Right.
And things that
they
could be used
confiscate
as
everything,
weapons.
man. Yeah.
Hair picks, everything.
Everything, bro.
Because, you know, things got a little crazy at the end of these team bashes. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
at the end of the day, because that's when the ENT era, you know what I mean? ENT start beefing and all that, ENT beads.
Oh, man, bro.
You know, that's the negative side about it. But overall, it was a great era if he was just trying to count. You know, I danced with 12 girls tonight. You know,
Right,
that was like a win. I called like 7 doves tonight.
Thing,
like,
man. You dancing, your boys holding you up while you dancing on the joint. Yeah.
You was a warrior if you was in the middle of the floor.
Oh, yeah.
2 feet and
You was the man at the end of the night.
Man, but if you was a wall hugger, nah, you ain't want to be no wall hugger. You know what I mean? You can't trust that guy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Facts.
That's the time. So, listen, don't feel bad if you can't go out every night and turn up. Like the people you see on social media. Most of them live at home and some not taking care of their kids.
It's a fact, man. There's people out that's out every night.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I salute y'all if you do have the money to go out every night and you want to do that. But at the end of the day, it's not realistic, man, especially if you got a family. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some people will sacrifice their living situation just to go out and seem lit on Instagram.
Right.
Like, yo, I'm out every night. Meanwhile, it's like $2 in their pocket.
Right.
No food in the fridge. You got kids at home. You're leaving them with Nana every week. That's a lot, man. Like,
right.
So you just gotta get your priorities straight. A lot of people feel like they gotta fit into this situation or this nightlife thing of being lit.
Right.
It's like, that's what I said. Don't feel bad if you're not out every night. Some of these people don't give a damn about their life.
You got to make them miss you a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. And this ties into a good one. People that pregame in their car before they walk in a club are dangerous.
Yeah. Those type of people, like, you know, they come in the spot lit.
Yeah.
And I said that because I get a lot of experience of people that come in the club, like, you see them in there 5 minutes, they coming up to the DJ booth mad aggressive, like, yo, when you gonna turn up? Like, I'm like, bro, it's 10:30.
Right.
Like, it's 11 o'clock, door just open.
Right.
Like, we just warming the crowd up right now. Like, so it's like, and then you got the other side of it where some of those people come in aggressive, ready to fight.
Right.
After 2 more drinks that they bought at the bar, they super lit.
Right.
So you like, damn, they just did 2 more shots.
Right.
They about to be in here swinging, you know, Thor punches in here, like, yo, haymakers and shit.
Right. That was definitely me. Well, not the violent part. I'm not a violent person. But when I got home from college, you come as you are.
Yeah,
You know what
of course.
So you trying to pregame, you know what I mean? Usually,
And a lot of times you ain't got the bread. Like, I ain't mad at for people for pregame, and that's cool. But, you know, like I would say, like, manage your drinking.
Yeah.
Like, don't smack a whole bottle 2 minutes before you walking in.
Yeah.
Come in there mad aggressive, stumbling, like, yo.
You know, 2014, 2015, 2016, Uber is kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I forgot what exact year Uber is, but Uber's not really a thing, 2016, 2017. So I just graduated college 2015. I'm back home, and I'm showing up to spots smack. Like, I'm showing up to spots like, yo, like, you can't even get in type shit.
Right.
So I had to learn how to pace myself and not be so. And also, like, when you go out back home, it's just later.
Yeah,
College season's a little earlier.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm going
like
out.
9 to 1, 9 to 2 o'clock.
People trying to link up. First of all, Playroom used to open at, Playroom was lit at like 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, hold on, we in Maid from brunch.
Right.
We was in Maid since 4
You
p.m.
outside all day long.
And 8 hours later, we
I commend people that party that long, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out, but I can't party that long.
I took a few naps and made a mess. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I was out there with the steppers. We had the big section.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Over for a little bit.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So, by the time we was in Playroom, hold on, wait. You know what I mean? I was
crazy. You back alive.
Yeah,
you got your second win.
Got cachapas and then you head home. You know what I mean?
Patacones, all that.
Yeah, all that. All right, let's keep it all the way. 100. A lot of y'all are too inconsistent to be successful. So stop being mad when someone that's putting in the work and with less talent is doing better. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like I see, like and I'm not targeting any specific people or anybody, but it's like I want to say like a lot of rappers that approach me, they rapping one week, next week they chilling, then they rapping again 2 years later. It's like, bro, you're not putting the work in. Like,
Right.
one, you got to master your craft of rapping and making music. Two, you inconsistent, bro. Like, how you expect results? Like people that go to the gym, you can't go to the gym for 2 weeks, take 2 years off, go back for 2 more weeks, and think you're gonna be slim and cut.
Right.
Like, so I always say that. And then you got people that got less talent, but they hungry and they hustling. So they in the right rooms, they putting in the work. They are just doing everything that needs to be done. And that's why they getting the results. It don't matter if they're the most talented because they just got the hunger. They putting in that hustle. They putting in that work. Remember, it takes 10,000 hours, quote unquote, to be successful. A lot of y'all putting in 20 minutes and want results.
Right. And 10,000 hours for those who are readers. That's the book Outliers, right? Where it takes 10,000 hours to master your craft and become great. Now, if you look at hockey, most of those guys are 16, 17 years old. Like, they've already reached the pinnacle where it's like they're going into the NHL draft.
Right.
And they're ready to play at that professional level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Soccer, another sport where it's like these guys are 16, 17 playing in Madrid and all these big clubs. You know? So you got to put your time in. You know what I mean?
And you got to think about it with soccer and like hockey. You got to master skating. You got to master how to shoot the goals, the footwork. How to avoid penalty. You got to master mad stuff in order to get to that level. So just think about the amount of work you got to put in. Like, I always tell people, like, somebody's overnight success is 10 years of work.
Right.
Like, you don't see all the grind. You just see when, like now, everybody like, yo, you popping, you doing this, you working with Lola Brooke, you with A Boogie, you did. I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for so many years.
Right.
You just starting to notice what I'm doing because I'm working with people you know.
Right.
I've been working with people. I've been doing celebrity stuff.
Right.
You just wasn't paying attention.
Right.
But now is when I'm popping because I'm in your demographic and the things you like. But I've been successful in my eyes.
That's a fact. Even with the people who are just tapping into conversation with Zoe, go tap in from episode 80 to 110.
The fact that you got over 100 episodes, salute to you, bro.
Thank you.
Because I know people that start podcasts literally in 3-4 episodes in, they already gave up, man.
This one's episode 179.
This is crazy.
So we're gonna hit 200 this year. And
that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Even if I do just 21 episodes this year, right? You're
gonna do more than that, man.
Way more than that, but. It's just the consistency, the drive, the sacrifice,
and that's what gets results, man.
Right. And I feel like I missed the summer in a way, but I feel like I was outside so much, but working, like politicking, networking, trying to get in every room I can and meet somebody and shake hands and let me get you on the show, shoot my shot, like emailing people. Shout out to my publicist, Letitia Wright, Miss Montana. Everything we got going on, like get in motion and having people help you.
Right. You definitely need a team, man.
Yeah, you get to a point where you can only do but so much by yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you also have to get to that point.
Facts.
Where now people are going to gravitate to.
Of course, and they see your potential and like, yo, let's try to get this next level. Shout out to my man Martin too, and my brother Manolo.
Right.
Like, that's my team right there.
Right. She's a 10, but that's it. She's a 10.
Yeah, man. It's like, like I love everybody, but it's like, you get these people that, especially women, they think because their looks, everybody's supposed to just do everything for them.
Right.
Or, things like that. And it's sad because I have daughters, so I never had my daughters feel that way or feel entitled.
Right.
I never taught them that, and their mom never taught them that. So, to see that now, like, crazy, is really sad that everybody wants a handout.
Right.
Like you bring nothing to the table, but you want everything.
Right.
So it's like you gotta step it up, and shout out to all the independent women, all the women that's doing their thing.
Right. So we got a little context behind this one. So I gotta lay this tweet out and then So context behind this is that it's early in the year. It's many people just left the situation and are feeling bad. But this is the universal confirmation for them. You got to realize that some people will never truly appreciate you or what you do until it ends.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like friendship, relationship, family, even associates. It could be the slightest favors you do for people, but you always do them and they don't appreciate it. Sometimes, you take care of family. They don't appreciate it till you stop taking care of them. People that you look out for, same thing. So, it's like a lot of people take stuff for granted that is always in their face. Like they overlook the principal blessing. Right. I always tell people, like, don't overlook the basic blessings of just waking up and being able to do what you got to do every day. Right. So the same thing happens when, with that situation is like, in all those type of relationships, people overlook the basic things you do for them because they're so used to it.
Right.
So that's why, that tweet is for that.
Right. And for all those out there, you never know who's going to bless you with a gem. So to finish this tweet, OG once told me, every day above ground is a good day.
Always.
So that right there, you may think like like sometimes it do seem like the sky's falling or whatever, but honestly, that's probably a chin check from God.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely trying to test your faith.
Always.
And that's a setup for what's coming next.
Exactly.
Like things are always gonna stir up a little bit. Like 2023, from January to May, I went to 12 funerals. Like, but people look online, you see content, video, Jim Jones, this person, that person.
They don't know what you're going through.
The master investor, shout out to my man Ian Dunlap. All these interviews going, and it's like, whoa, like, looking back at it, I really had to throw my hands up and like, yo, you know what? This is out of my control. Right. I can't control all of this.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So,
it's a fact.
But going back to those episode 80 to 110, you're going to see King Tone, the former leader of the Latin Kings.
Right.
My son, Vaca Rondon. He's from Brooklyn. He's big in that drill scene. He almost signed Pop Smoke. He's with 22Gs and Blicky and all of them. My guy, he's Larry Hamel, but formerly known as Overtime Larry.
Okay.
We got a lot of interviews. C. King, he's on Wildin' Out now. We was like, at that time, I was just using my resources and my network. Like, C. King went to school with my neighbor, the one I told you is Ed Lovers.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. So I met him at a cookout. The 2010, 2015 cookouts, Van Cortlandt, the block.
Right.
That's another era that kind of came and went. But the cookout era, you know what I'm saying? We was outside grilling.
Cookout now, man. It's too much going on.
It's too roppy out there. You know what I mean? People turning
sad, bro.
Yeah, it's super sad. You know what I mean? And that's why everybody want to raise their kids somewhere else, a little bit outside of New York or another state, because what can you do? You know what I mean? You can't.
I had to move.
Right.
Too much going on, man. Yeah. Everybody, the sad thing, we in the era of pocket watching.
Yeah.
And everybody's always, assuming what you have or thinking you have this, that, and the third. And even if you do have it, they watching you. So you just got to be careful, man. Like,
let me tell you, man.
Move smart.
2020, I did 20,000 in Uber Eats. It's money out there.
Quietly.
It's hard.
You know what, though? Like, a lot of people don't respect that type of hustle because they're like, yo, why you doing Uber Eats, bro? But you standing on the block,
right,
selling whatever for sneaker money,
getting a cut out of a cut,
right? Like you getting you may get $60, but then somebody doing Uber Eats part time is making $200-$300 in a day.
A day,
driving around in a car, listening to music,
learning. Like, you gotta understand, when I was doing Uber Eats, it was like, this is extra income, 5 hours, like $100, $120.
Right.
But listen, if you get up early, Starbucks is buzzing in the morning.
Right.
And if you're in a certain area, like I live in LES.
Right.
So when you down below 34th Street,
Oh yeah.
you're in corporate offices, all these little, you know what I'm saying, people working from home, people doing their thing. Like
Right.
I was making $150, $200 by 2 p.m. Getting up 7 a.m.
Bro, that's like a job though.
and working
Like,
for I treated it like that.
But you comfortable at the like you in your car, you working at your own rate. Like
Right.
you ain't really killing yourself, but you getting that money.
Right. You know what I mean? Running around the city in and out, you know, and I was doing it on a Revel at one point too. You know what I mean? It's
Easy.
$40 for the day,
Right.
no gas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
First hour,
Smart.
recoup my 40.
Yo, listen,
and
man.
I'm on.
Listen.
Then I had to learn where the Revels was at in the city. Just in case I gotta hop off this one,
Get a
another
different one.
Pause.
There's a battery
But
dead or
there's no
something,
gas though. You feel me?
Right, right.
So I'm running red lights.
Smart.
Listen, I'm running red
Smart,
lights,
bro.
I'm on the west. I'm over there on the west side financial district. What's that? West Side Highway. Before you get to Battery Park, you know over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that.
it's a little mall over there.
Yeah.
A lot of money over there. They giving $20, $30 tips over there.
That's where the rich people. That's what high-rise apartments is.
Communicate
Millions
with
of
the
dollars,
guests.
man.
Hey, I got your order. How you doing? Like
Right.
you told you, listen, not everybody interacts with people all day.
Nah, right.
So you may be
that
the
little
first
gesture
person
made
to
their
ask
day.
them,
Yeah.
how was your day going?
Right.
How you feeling?
You made somebody's
Happy
day.
holidays. I hope you're having a blessed day.
Right.
My automated message was wishing you a positive and productive week.
There you go.
And that day made
Some
all the
people
difference.
need to hear that
Mhm.
at a certain point, and you might have hit it right on the nose when they needed to hear that.
Right.
And that
You
could
know?
have changed the whole perspective
So
of their
you
day.
could get out there and boom. Now I pivoted to Instacart at the time. And I did 9,000 in Instacart that year.
Quick
And
money, man.
I needed to take a break from the whole clocking in, working. I just I just wanted to go to
Listen, man,
therapy.
you
make
want to be your
money.
own boss.
Yeah. Instacart, you make a little more money
Mm.
delivering the groceries.
Right.
And you make even more money when you go inside, you shop,
Pick
bag it
yourself-
up,
okay.
and take it with you.
Right.
So now Instacart, in a week, doing Instacart mainly because you get more money
Right.
per trip and all that, and then kind of picking a Uber Eats that goes in the same direction.
Right.
It's a little,
you're
it's a little art to it, but
piggybacking.
yeah, if I'm going this
Yeah.
way, I'm gonna just try to boop,
Hello?
boop, and then you know what I
Ain't
mean.
wrong with that.
But listen, the hustle is so separately.
Listen, man, you gotta want it though.
You gotta want it, man.
The
You
money's
gotta
already
want it.
printed. You just
So-
gotta go get it.
You know, I learned how to make $1,000 a week on them apps.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you've mastered the craft.
Money through Friday.
Whatever, right. And then you had your own schedule, you did what you wanted.
Right.
And you, like you said, you just chilling, bro. Like,
Right. And if you're really hungry, Sunday's a great day. There's no meters in the city. So you
There you go.
parking in front, going to get the groceries, coming out, you know what I mean? Sundays is a big grocery day because I need groceries for the week.
Right.
I'm busy, I work. You got to think of the mindset of the person ordering Uber Eats. I mean, Instacart.
Right.
I work, I got kids.
I ain't got time.
I'm running a company. I don't got time for this.
Convenience, man. That's what everybody's
people
paying
pay
for.
for convenience.
Of course.
So I need these groceries in my front door.
Mhm.
I need to put them from the front door to my fridge.
It's a fact.
I don't got 2 hours to go. I don't got 3 hours to go get it, go shop, wait online,
Right. You
bring
paying
it
for
home,
convenience,
bring it
man.
upstairs. Nah, I'm gonna pay this $80 to
Quick.
get that done for me.
And it's convenient. I ain't gotta leave my crib.
Right. You know what I mean? So that don't take nothing from you, but it's whatever you want from yourself. You know what I mean? Trigger warning.
Mhm.
Too many people just comfortable just being around. And not enough people trying to put in some work or learn a craft to help the team progress.
Yeah, man. Like you think about it, like a lot of times, you're around people that are doing stuff, and you know that may not necessarily be your industry, but if your man is popping, say like this podcast, why wouldn't I pick up a camera? You 100 episodes in, yo, bro, let me help you. I could shoot behind the scenes for you.
Right.
You can have somebody here shooting by. I'm your man. I don't know how to edit yet, but you know what? I'm gonna learn it.
Right.
I'm gonna help you progress. If you win, I'm gonna win with you.
Right.
So it's like, you know, let me edit the audio. Let me learn how to do this. Let me grab a computer. Yo, you know what? Why we don't try to get our own space?
Right.
Why we don't, you know, but not a lot of people think like that. Like, yo, if my man is a rapper, you know what? Let me get my security license.
Right.
Let me be, I guess that's my man. I'm with him anyway. I'm with him anyway. Let me get my gun license. Yo, bro, let me get a camera and vlog for you. Let me do your behind the scenes. I grew up with you. I already know what it's like. I know what to edit. I know how to do this, that, and the third. I'm with you anyway. Some people don't think like that. You know what? Let me get my TLC. I could drive you around when you're in the city. I could be your personal driver.
Right.
It could be anything, bro. Any type of job, bro. Let me style you. Let me be your barber.
Right.
Bro, it's so many things you could do to help instead of just being around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people get so comfortable because that's their man. Like, they feel like they don't got to help the journey. But sometimes you're put there for a reason.
Right.
That's your man. He trusts you. Won't you put in and help him progress so you could progress with him?
Right. Beautifully said.
Appreciate that, bro.
Beautifully said, bro. As someone who has gotten a lot of recent help, since 130 and forward, the clips have been there, the content. Shout out to the team, shout out to my publicist. But for a person who is at a level above me and sees like, oh wow, there's a lot of stragglers around here, and it's like, bro, like, how do you expect us to hang around? Like, I mean, like, are you just a bill to me now? Like, you're not helping me.
That's what happens.
You're not
with a lot
helping
of
me
people.
expand this.
Yeah.
And anybody and people could fact check this. People hit me up for podcast advice all the time. Here you go. This is where I'll shoot at. This is how much it costs. This is who you should book. This is you should create an email for your podcast, and that way you can add it to your Google Calendar, and you can send Google invites. So that way it's just a professional format.
Of course.
Where now your guest knows the location,
Right.
knows the time, gets alerts, and all of those things that you can put, you know what I mean? A part
You
of
look
the
like
structure.
a legit
You
business.
look like a legit business. You got to start to run it like
People
that.
respect that, though. A lot of people
Absolutely.
don't understand that.
And this is why these locations are great, because, you know what I mean? It's not oppie over here. You know what I mean? It's calm.
Right.
You know what I mean? You look it up. You're
Beautiful
like,
space.
We in Soho. Like,
Yeah.
Canal Street, China Street, trying to get some duck after.
Yeah.
Or wherever we at, we right here. Or
Right.
my next move is not even far from here.
Right.
You know how many listening parties I went to after recording?
All
'Cause
day, bro.
They all
Everything is down here.
Everything is down here.
Gold bar, all the shit down
Everything,
here, bro.
dispensaries.
Yep.
So, listen,
It's a fact.
just do your part. Everybody has to do
Zoe dropping gems too,
This is
man.
what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what
Facts.
this is for the youth of the Bronx and all over America to see, like,
Right.
two men figuring it out, still in motion, but also giving the uncomfortable, because we may not dress it up that pretty for them.
I'm
but
very
this is what it is.
straightforward.
This is the truth. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You need to hear the truth, because when you get to these levels and you hit with certain adversities, you're gonna have to learn how to maneuver through all of that.
Right.
Do you have a dream collab?
Dream collab. As far as what, music or
Music.
DJing or, I mean,
Both.
I would say not a dream collab, but a collab that I think needs to happen already, like Boogie and Drake. Got to do
Yeah.
something together.
There's no
feel-
songs with them?
Nah,
What?
never.
What? Oh,
And the thing
nah.
is, they got in the studio a couple times, but nothing materialized from it. Like they was just vibing, but you can't force a Drake feature
Right.
or whatever. Not that Boogie needs it, but I think he's at the point in his career where, that should happen by now.
Right.
As far as me collabing with somebody, not to sound cocky or anything, but I've pretty much worked with every DJ that I either looked up to or have got influence from.
Right.
As far as like we've been on the same parties, concerts, like just did Winter Jam at Barclays with Flex, and
Right.
the whole time I'm performing with Lola, Flex is right behind me, cheering me on, showing love, like salute to Flex.
Right.
I work with Enough. That's another person that I've looked up to over the years. Shout out to Camilo. Always had mad love for Camilo, because he's always been able to chameleon his way through the generations of DJing.
Right.
And you would not even know that, he's been doing it so long.
Right.
You could be a young buck and go to a party of Camilo's and he's going to play the shit you want to hear.
Right.
you wouldn't even know that he been around 20, 30 years, whatever it is.
Right.
And, you know, salute to them guys. Salute to Kid Capri. Brucey B, I've worked with him. SNS, you know, Self, Will.
I just met SNS at Mano's listening party a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Him and his son.
Salute to all of them. So like all these guys, like now we're all friends. Like I know all of them. Like we all show each other love and respect. You know, no politics involved with DJ teams or radio stations. Like
Right.
they all respect what I do and I respect what they do. So it's
Right.
like all love now.
Definitely shout out. So I definitely want to shout out Camilo. Camilo got a couple pizza spots.
Yeah, yep.
I got a nonprofit
Okay.
called Slice of Excellence. We
Mm,
trade report cards for pizza.
fire.
So
That's OD
every
fire.
month we do.
You need to send me that, bro,
Yeah.
because I need to put that out there for you because you know, like a lot of young kids follow me from the boroughs and like all these other cities, but
Right.
especially in the city. So
Listen, Slice of Excellence is seamless,
that's so fire, bro.
and every month we do perfect attendance parties.
Mm,
So I do it. I work at a school. So before I started Slice of Excellence,
right,
I was a project manager in construction. So I was still sending the pizzas out
right,
and you know all over New York City.
fire.
But now I work at a school. I'm an assistant dean of students
That's
at a school
dope.
in Dykeman. So now I have a hub, you know, where I do all my fire events. B Love, shout out to B Love. He was at my
Yeah, that's
school
my guy, man.
a
Shout out
couple
to
weeks
B-Love.
ago. Jeesley, another artist from uptown. She was at my school for Thanksgiving.
Dope.
We had a pep rally. So I'm just using the podcast to kind of bridge the gap
Of
between the
course.
community work.
Nah, but you gotta give that knowledge. Like,
Yeah,
there's
for
not
sure.
really like a lot of these channels are you know, salute to everybody doing their thing with the podcast, but a lot of them are not giving this type of content,
No.
especially for this generation needs it. Like they need to hear positive stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So salute to you for that.
Thank you. So the perfect attendance parties every month, and every 3 months when grades come out, we do the report cards.
That's dope.
So we sponsor schools all over the city. We've done a couple events with Snipes. Shout out to Snipes. I know you don't like this stuff, but listen, shout out to Up NYC. That's the
Right.
family too.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to- Shout out to my guy Ruby, my guy Fleazy. Shout out to Fat Joe and all of his
Yeah.
team.
Shout out to Surge, man. That's my guy.
Anything that helps the team, anything that helps the kids,
Right.
I'm all for it.
I'm the
So
same
listen,
way, man.
We don't got no paperwork. We do community work together.
Yep.
So whatever's gonna help the kids, I'm gonna put myself in position to do it.
Facts.
I know Snipes is the big dog. I love y'all, but the local Up NYC 3 locations, Dykeman, Bronx, Harlem, they showing a lot of love to the kids.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I can't take that away from an event that we did together. You might want to sponsor one.
Yeah.
It's called Pick a Teacher, Pick a Sneaker.
That's dope.
So DJ Ominaya is an 8th grader. He nominates his favorite teacher. And him and his teacher go sneaker shopping together.
Okay, that's
And we
dope.
did that at Up NYC. And Up NYC sponsored 20 kids and 10 teachers.
That's dope.
And it was fly. And what's cool about it, it was a dream of mine. I wrote it down. I already knew some people at Up NYC at the time. And I told them about it. But, you know, they were like, yeah, you know, it's July, so it's not really giving back time. But
Right.
we'll table that. I bumped into Fat Joe in the LES. Shout out to La Casadela. Beautiful, authentic Puerto Rican restaurant in LES, right there on 5th and C. And I told him about pick up teacher, pick a sneaker. He's like, yeah, we're going to do that. And
Yeah, Joe's a good
and they
dude.
did
Shout out
it.
to Joe, man.
And it happened.
The crazy thing is, you know, I met Joe over the years mad times.
Right.
Remy, shout out to Remy. Remy's my peoples as well. But Joe's chef and Pun's close, like one of Pun's best friends, Chef Mark, is my neighbor.
Right.
And we didn't know what we did. Like, I didn't know he was their friend and chef.
Right.
And he didn't know I was a DJ in the industry till one of our mutual friends introduced us.
Right.
When we start chopping it up, it's like, what? We know all the same people, bro.
Right.
And yeah, like Joe's a good dude, man.
Right.
You know, salute to
know,
Joe.
And then
Shout out to Rich.
Rich the Player, my
Yeah.
guy. Shout out to my guy as well. Shout out to my guy Slow.
Yep.
Courtney, you know,
Mhm.
all the people over there doing great things for the youth. Listen, how you may know someone is not how I know them,
Exactly.
right? So we can't blend the streets with community work.
Never.
Like
Never.
we can't. You hear me? Whatever run-ins y'all had, This happens to me recently with Dice Peso or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a podcaster and I do community work.
Right.
However you know Dice before this is how you know Dice.
Right.
Dice, I
Has
met
nothing
him
to
on
do
a
with this.
podcast.
Yeah.
And we did a pizza party together, and we're gonna do more
Right.
pizza parties together. And Dice Peso, he's very generous.
Mm-hmm.
He always giving back to the kids, and I have a platform
Right.
that connects the dots to the schools.
Of course.
Listen, no matter how famous you are, you're not running into a school like that.
Nah.
You're just not. It's protocol. It's certain things that have to be
Yeah.
in motion.
Things got to get approved,
yeah, things
man.
gotta get
There's
approved.
kids involved.
They're gonna look up the music.
Everything. Everything.
Do we need police? Do we need,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Keep this on the hush?
Uh-huh.
Do we need to put a fake date out so they could come this day? And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of politics and safety protocols.
Of course.
Because you're going into a school. There's children,
Yep.
you know, under the ages of
It's a
4.
big liability.
Over 400, sometimes 1,000 young kids under the age of 14 in one building.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy. So now being a person that works out of school is really easier because the plug is my boss. Hey, listen, this is what I'm trying to do. Give me a date. I'll go back to the team, get a date, and hey, we're
Right.
gonna make it happen at some point. So let's not do the selective politics and all that. Whatever your feelings and however you harbor it,
Mhm.
we doing different things. We impacting lives. We
Yep.
changing the community. We trying to grow and we trying to show love out there. Feel me? So
Facts.
let's not make the streets for community work. It just don't blend.
Yeah, man. Like I do a lot of that stuff too, and I went to a school and we spoke to the students. Shout out to my brother Gary Gonzalez. He owns 22, the hat brand,
Right.
and he's part of Famous Nobody. Shout out to Christian Vasquez. That's Lala's brother.
Nice.
They own, Famous Nobodies in the 22 store in the Bronx,
Right.
and him and myself and my man Dion, we went up to the school, the old Kennedy High School.
No.
My boy Gerald Thompson, he's a dean, a college advisor there, and he asked us to come speak to them because he grew up with us,
Right.
and he was like, watching you guys be successful coming from where we came from.
Right.
I think the kids need to see y'all faces because y'all a familiar face,
Right.
and they can see that it's possible. So we went up there and spoke to the students and stuff like that, and they really appreciated it. A lot of them had a ton of questions like, yo,
Right.
how can I get into clothing? How can I get into DJing? How can I work with this? How can I do? Y'all make music. It was dope. So it's like, always feels good to give back and try to show some type of leadership and guidance
Right.
for these kids
Super
who don't
important.
have that guidance.
Right. Super important.
Yeah, man.
So, last few questions.
What's up?
If you could have dinner with 3 people,
Mm-hmm.
who would they be? Dead or
3
alive?
people. Always wanted to meet Michael Jackson, of course, Prince. I want to do those as one
Okay. All right, no problem.
because I like both of them people.
Right.
Like, 2 of my favorite artists. 2 more people. Dinner with my grandmothers, both of them.
Fire.
They're both in heaven right now. And the last one, I want to pick somebody's brain. Mark Cuban.
Fire.
Mark Cuban. I want to pick his brain. Not even, on how to make money, but how he stays so humble and still, does what he does with his organization. Because everybody, I know a few NBA players. Shout out to my brother Kemba Walker.
That's
And,
man.
It's my brother right there.
That's the guy right there.
So it's like, but what you hear from the inside of some of the players and the people in the Dallas Mavericks organization, that he's a really good dude outside of basketball. He tries to make sure you're good in real life.
Real life.
Forget basketball. Are you good as a human?
Right.
And whatever he's doing or his mentality, I want to pick his brain.
Right. I think they donated, but they gave out $35 million in bonuses
That's so crazy.
to the staff, to the arena people, all the people behind the scenes. Fire.
And you know what? It ain't even about the money. It's just that,
The
of course, he got it, but
intent.
and it's like he knows that we're in times where everything is raising in price, and people can't afford to live.
Right.
So for him to do that is just crazy.
Right. Beautiful. Message to your younger self.
Message to my younger self. I would say, back in the days, I was real indecisive in what I wanted to do. and I used to play ball as well. But music was my passion. I kind of dragged my feet on it. So for my younger self, I would say take that leap of faith a little sooner. Like once you know that you got a knack for something, you love it.
Right.
Take that leap of faith, man, because you never know what it's gonna lead you to.
Right.
I mean, I'm glad I did it when I did it, because I quit a job of 15 years to do this full time, and God ain't steer me wrong. I prayed on it.
Right.
And but I wish I would have did it sooner. But maybe doing it sooner wasn't the right time.
Right. That's true. Where were you at for 15 years?
I worked for H&M.
Okay.
I started out as a sales associate, then I became like a visual manager type of thing.
Right.
And I used to go to trainings, I used to open stores. And the crazy part is I always thought about this because I used to travel to open stores, and I'm like, God prepared me for a tour life.
Cheers.
Like,
They're full circle moment.
in hindsight,
for that, bro.
you think about it, I was traveling to all these cities and all these states and going to Europe for training and all type of stuff. And now that I think about it, it's like what I do now.
God bless you, bro.
And it's like, I think timing was, on God's time. But he prepped me to do this. Also, with doing internet radio back in the days, I had something called Sick Mix Radio, where I used to put DJs on and give them a slot, and they would be online and,
Right.
just DJing for whoever would log in.
Right.
But all the DJs that I had in position on that station are either have gotten on High 97, Power 105, 94.7 The Block, Sirius XM. Like, everybody has gotten on radio, and I feel like internet radio prepared us for being on real radio. And during the pandemic, when everything shut down,
Right.
we all had internet experience. So
Right.
when we DJing on Instagram Live, trying to entertain people on
Right.
Twitch, we already knew how to interact with a chat room
Right.
because we did it for 10 years.
Right.
So it was like we ain't getting none out of it back then. There was no money involved.
Right.
But now, when we actually had to, for 2 years,
Right.
we was making hella money on Cash App and
Right.
Twitch and Zoom and all type. I was throwing Zoom parties every week,
Right.
making more money than promoters.
Right.
So it's like, I think like all that stuff prepared me for these moments. So
Right.
thank you, God.
Thank you, God, man. So with that, man, let us know where we can find you. Shout out the merch. Shout out all the businesses. Who should we look out for? Let us know.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, all that stuff, Facebook, at DJ Ominaya, DJOMINAYA. I also have a company called Taj Entertainment Group. We help artists. We help any kind of entertainment, anybody with contracts, and we also do consulting. If you need help with your branding or anything like that, at Taj Entertainment Group, TTAJJENT Group on Instagram. Shout out to my partner, Kenosha. And as far as what's coming up, tours coming up right now with A Boogie. Lola has a bunch of stuff coming up, shows, and her project just dropped, Dennis's daughter. A Boogie is announcing his album release date in a few weeks. So, get ready for that. We're going to announce the world tour as well. I got my website, goodjoborlando.com. All the humanity stuff we do as far as giving back. I have mixes up there. There's merch up there. Any information you need to know about me, booking, anything like that. So. Oh yeah, shout to the Vion. I'm a brand ambassador for Vion. Yeah. And shout to the Savon brands. Shout out to Brett Barish and everybody else, Rick Ross. Right. Thank you.
Right, for sure. I mean, listen, we don't got no liquor sponsors yet. So 2024 is nice and early. You can take the catalog. You see some people on. We interview cats.
Gotta get Vion. We're gonna get Vion. Don't worry.
Yeah, we gotta get Vion on here, man.
We're gonna get you some Vion, man.
Nice and smooth. Chasing no ice.
Right.
And it's right. You know what I mean? So listen, peace and love to everybody. I love y'all. This one is one of them ones, man. A lot of gems for
Appreciate
the youth.
you, man.
Per usual. A lot of gems for the youth. You could apply this information as a DJ, as an entrepreneur, as a podcaster, as anybody in entertainment. Like, this is for all of us. Feel me? Get some motion and stay in motion. We out. Peace and love, world. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, support the channel, show your love. You know what I'm saying? We having great conversation week in and week out. You never know who's coming. You never know what we're going to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about peace and love. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment.